Okay.
Alexandria asks, is there a better answer to the cloud versus physical service question?
Is there a better answer? Oh, I see that. What I understand. The better answer is that you don't hear them tell you that they're still using physical servers. To me, that just is for me, that's a huge red flag. I wouldn't want that, because that just tells me the company isn't forward thinking. That's how I feel about that answer.
Yeah, and I kind of wonder also, when I read it, I didn't think this, but then hearing you say the words physical server made me realize this might be a good time for a clarifying question. So this sounds like physical service is one option, but what about VMs that are still on-prem versus cloud? Is Alexandria's question really on-prem versus cloud, or is it physical service versus everything else? Because I think that kind of depends. Because I wasn't thinking the way you were originally. I was thinking, I just automatically change it to on-prem versus cloud. And then my answer would be, it really just depends on the why or your personal preferences. So Lee, you've been living the cloud lifestyle for a while. You may not want to go to a fully on-prem company. It may not be with us anymore. Some people might be living a very on-prem lifestyle. They have that down, and they want to find a company that's starting to move to the cloud, or maybe they don't. That's fine.
Sure.
So I think that's kind of a personal question, unless Alexandra's question was worded the way you read it, which makes sense. In which case, then yeah, individual servers. That's harder to deal with, right?
Yeah, and I think you're right. It is a personal preference question. If you're on-prem and you're comfortable there and you feel like in your space, your technical space, there's longevity to that, okay, that's totally fine. If you're already working in the cloud, though, and you are come across a company that's only on-prem, then you also have to think about that. Does that look like a step back? I don't know. Again, you have to figure that out for yourself. Is it going to feel like a step back? Maybe you've been in cloud and you don't like it, and you find someplace that is physical, or their VMware, as you mentioned, Anthony, and that looks attractive to you because you're not excited about cloud. Then maybe they've given you exactly the information you were looking for.
Okay. And Alexandra did respond saying that she meant it the way you read it. So gold star for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
don't know. So she also asked, I wasn't sure how much of the corporate world has already switched. I don't know. So that'd be very interesting to find out.
Yeah, most of what I see out there involves some sort of cloud, but I'm sure there are many companies that are just not going to do that, and for whatever reason. And so they haven't switched. They're not planning on switching. People will get fired if they switch. That's a big extreme, but I mean, I'm sure that perspective is out there.
Well, I hope if you're switching the locations of the company's most important asset, second most important asset, data, that everyone above you knows beforehand. First people, of course, right?
Yeah.